In 1927, John Green was just a simple employee of the Southland Ice Company in Oak Cliff, Texas. But he had a vision. One summer, he decided to keep the store open for 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, to make it easier for customers to keep their perishables fresh. This was unheard of at the time, and no other store had ever dared to remain open that long. But John's gamble paid off. Customers flocked to the store, and soon they began to request other items besides ice. John realized that what his customers really needed was convenience. He asked his manager and one of Southland's owners, Joe Thompson, if he could expand their product offerings and become business partners. "You supply the items and I'll pay the power bills," John suggested. Joe agreed, and together they created the world's first convenience store. As they introduced more products beyond the ice, crowds began to quickly form outside the store. Recognizing its immediate success, Joe decided to open more locations throughout Dallas and later renamed them Totem Stores. But just as things were looking up, disaster struck. 1 year after Southland's expansion, the Great Depression hit, and the company plunged into bankruptcy. But even as the company struggled to stay afloat, it continued to innovate. When Prohibition was lifted, Totem Stores began to sell ice-cold beers, which helped increase sales and run 60 stores throughout Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. Southland continued to thrive even when World War II began. They became the lead supplier of ice for the construction and operation of Camp Hood, the U.S. Army's largest camp. To meet the demand, Southland acquired City Ice Delivery, which owned 2 ice plants, 20 stores, and property in Dallas. By the time the war ended, Southland owned stores all over Texas and operated from 7 in the morning to 11 at night, 7 days a week. But the real breakthrough came when the advertising firm Tracy Locke suggested a new name for their Totem Stores, 7-Eleven. The name highlighted their commitment to long hours to better serve customers. With this new name, Southland identified even more opportunities to grow. Under the leadership of Joe's sons, John P. and Jerry, major changes were made to 7-Eleven's operations. They extended the chain's daily hours from 16 to 24 hours after a store in Austin stayed so busy after a football game that it couldn't close. They also began to franchise their stores and expand across the U.S. and introduce new products, most notably, the first fresh coffee and to-go cups and the Slurpee. But with success came tragedy. Joe Thompson passed away from brain cancer at the height of the company's success. John P. incorporated Southland and set an ambitious goal to grow the company's annual sales to $1 billion within 10 years. And under his leadership, they accomplished that goal. But even as the company reached new heights, the Thompson brothers faced challenges. They eventually sold out to the Japanese in a deal worth over $5 billion, marking the end of an era for the iconic American company. Through ups and downs, triumphs, and tragedies, Southland and 7-Eleven had become a household name and a symbol of American ingenuity and innovation. In a triumph of ambition and perseverance, the tale unfolds of a lowly worker who dared to propose a daring concept to his superior, ultimately resulting in the birth of a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Today, boasting a staggering 70,000 outposts spread across 17 nations, predominantly in Japan, and an estimated net worth of nearly $37 billion, 7-Eleven remains unchallenged as the globe's most expansive convenience store franchise.